I've lived in this house for 10 years, but tonight, I realize my reflection in the hallway mirror is standing 3 inches to the left. My name is Elias, and I am a man who treasures the predictable. I'm a restorer of antique books, a quiet, solitary profession. I live in a modest townhouse where the floorboards creak exactly the same way. My life is a series of well-timed loops, but tonight, the loop broke. As I passed the antique Pia mirror, I caught a glimpse of myself. It was a split-second observation. I was standing perfectly centered, but in the mirror, my reflection was shifted 3 inches to the left, tucked into the shadow. I moved my hand. The reflection moved, but there was a microscopic delay. For a heartbeat, the man in the mirror looked with hunger. Fear is a cold tide. Over the next 3 days, I became a stranger. My workshop sat silent, smelling like the air before lightning. I became obsessed. E-booth, high-end motion sensors, and night vision cameras. I sat in my workshop watching the house in grayscale. On the second night, the sensor triggered. The room was empty. But then, I saw the shadow of my armchair slowly detach itself. I ran to the hallway. The shadows were in their proper places. But on the glass, I saw a smear of cold. Bisco's black suit. I slowed the footage frame by frame. For a single frame, a face appeared. It was me, but with eyes replaced by pits of absolute nothingness. I spent hours in the archives. I found a journal from 1892, written by Julian Vane. He spoke of mirrors acting as anchors. Vane wrote that the reflection is a tenant. They provide the depth, but they want the warmth. They want the weight. On the 5th night, I felt an agonizing chill. I looked at my hands. They were translucent. I could see the dust through them. In the reflection, Elias was becoming solid and vibrant. He was wearing my favorite sweater, holding a fountain pen I had lost. The shadows were displacing me. Every time I looked in a mirror, my weight was traded. I was becoming the echo. The confrontation happened in front of the mirror. I stood there, a ghost, clutching a heavy iron book press. My vision was flickering. The shadow Elias stepped out. He looked more real than the walls. He looked at me with a sad, pitying smile. He said, "The dark isn't so bad once you get used to the cold. You've been tired. Let me take the weight." I lunged, but the iron press passed through him like smoke. I fell against the mirror. It felt like freezing water pulling me in. The shadow Elias grabbed my arm. His grip was a warm vice. He wasn't pulling me out. He was pushing me in. With a final heave, I smashed the glass from the inside. 1,000 shards of silver exploded. I felt the weight return. I sat on the floor, gasping. The shadow was gone. I walked into the kitchen to make tea, but my hand stopped. Everything looked perfect, but there was no sound. I picked up a piece of glass. I didn't see my reflection. I saw the shadow Elias. He was standing where I had been, looking upset. He picked up a broom and began to sweep. I screamed, pounding on the invisible wall, but he didn't hear me. He turned off the light and walked away. I looked up at the sky. There were no stars. There was only a vast, infinite expanse of silvered glass. I sat in the dark, weightless. As I watched the shadow Elias turn off the lamp, I realized the truth. He wasn't the echo, but he made a ha-ha-wa. Ese